It's almost always preferable to establish rigging points from above the work or above the limbs or wood to be cut, but it's not always possible. Here we've set up a fishing pole method, and it is really a variation of a redirect, and the rigging point is actually below the limb being cut. We have several redirect points and a block all secured to the limb with an adjustable loop sling. It's becoming known as a loopy sling, okay? Now, we have an arborist block out right in front of Sean there, just back and below where he'll be making his cut. The other slings are set and acting as redirects, and we're using a clevis shackle at each point. Steel rescue pulleys and heavy carabiners could be used. Here we've chosen to use simply the clevis shackles. Let's go ahead and cut our first piece and see how it works.
Okay, now I've already cut my face notch on the underside of the limb, and I've made some small kerf cuts so if this were to peel back, it wouldn't come into the rigging or into my line. Now, I've lanyarded it in, and I'm outside of the rigging, you'll notice. Now I'm going to tie off with a half hitch and a running bowline. Oh, about 8 inches out from the cut, from the face. Now my knot's secured. All right, Bruce and Norm, you guys ready?
Ready.
All right, now I'm gonna cut. Stand clear, cutting. Very smooth, nice piece, guys.
Now, in order for Sean to take his next piece, he's de-rigged his arborist block and he's moved it back to the next sling on the tree. He'll remove the clevis shackle and just hook up the block for the next cut. Now, because we have a rope out on a horizontal limb, okay, there will be a bending moment as the rigging line is loaded. We have reduced that bending moment, however, by redirecting the line between the block and the friction device.
Stand clear. Here it comes. Beautiful. Very smooth.
All right, let's talk about limitations to the fishing pole technique. It is rather equipment intensive. It takes some time to rig, and because we're set up with our block below the piece being cut, there will be some dynamic loading. Now, on the plus side, advantages. Because we're using a block for our primary rigging point and a friction device to control our friction, we have more consistent friction in the system and really more control. Now notice the rope angle. The way the rope comes from the block back to the clevis shackles and then ultimately down to the lowering device. Because we have a lot more rope in the system as opposed to what we would have should the rigging line be coming just in a straight line down to the lowering device, we've got more rope to absorb the force, and that helps to reduce shock load. The actual angle of redirect is more favorable in the way that that part of the rope is loading against the limb.